Hey, so we're up here at Howard Brothers Oakwood, and we've got a new product that we want to talk about. These are what?
Buck stoves.
Buck stoves. Tell me about a Buck stove.
Okay, Buck stove has been around quite a while, since around 1972. If I remember correctly, they are an American-made company. They're made up in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. And the model you're seeing here, the smaller one, there's a Model 18. The one next to it over there is a Model 81. They're both intended more for inserts into your fireplace, whether it be prefab or masonry fireplace. This one we're looking at here is designed more for a freestanding stove. It's a Model 74. They're very efficient. They are non-catalytic. Their requirements on them today, they have to be a minimum of, I think it's like 60 something percent efficient, and these are around 78% efficient. They are throw heat out in your room, heat your house nicely. The way we are doing them now, these are the three models we have. There is an option on these. The doors and the windows can be available in gold or pewter. They are a little bit more expensive than these, about $200 or $300, something like that. Not too bad. We sell the stove. We deliver it to your house into your carport. We give you the name of a local installer who's a professional installer who would come out, and you'd arrange with him, and he would inspect your fireplace and see what is necessary to install the stove properly and install it and get it up and running for you.
Is there a need to inspect my fireplace before? What if I'm looking at these? What do I need to know? I guess the size of my fireplace. What do I need to know? The size
You
of
need
the
to
room?
know the size of your fireplace, the opening of the front of your firebox. The specifications are listed on all these little brochures we have here. Necessary requirements. Prefab is going to be different from a masonry fireplace, and masonry fireplaces are a lot of different sizes. You do need to have them inspected and looked at by the installer, because the damper systems are different in all of them, and the attachments to hook to the top of the stove to go up into the fire chimney would be a little different on some of them, and depending on the configuration of the damper built into the chimney. Because you do need them to draw. If they don't draw, your house will be full of smoke, and your smoke alarm will be going off, which is not fun.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
you do need to draw.
There's a rule of thumb. The stove does not draw. The chimney draws.
Okay.
So we have to heat the chimney to produce the draw to pull the smoke up into the chimney. Without the throat and the extension up into the chimney, many times we don't get that heating and get that temperature differential that allows this thing to pull the smoke up into the chimney and out of the room.
If for instance, if the temperature outside is 80 degrees and the temperature inside is 60 degrees, and you start a fire in your fireplace or in your insert, smoke's going to be in your house. It's not going to draw. The outside temperature needs to be lower than inside temperature. That flue in that chimney, if it's the same temperature as the outside temperature, it's not going to draw. The smoke's just going to come out in your house. When the temperature outside is 32 degrees and it's like 60 degrees in that chimney, and you light a fire, it's going to draw really well and pull the smoke out. But if that temperature is real close to each other, it's going to smoke. Now, that little pipe that hooks in here to feed that thing up in there, and if you're having a hard time with it drawing, the temperature in that flue, the temperature has to warm up so that it will pull the chimney will pull that smoke out of that heater to create that draft. And if the outside temperature is higher than inside or in that flue, it just won't draw. There's a lot of science involved in these things, and we got our rep from Buck Stove. He'd be more than happy to talk to you. He says, I'll call any customer you got and explain the whole thing, and
Cool.
very thorough.
So it's an electric for the blower,
For the blower only.
and then it's just you put your wood logs in, so it's going to be a certain size in the stove.
You know that old saying about cutting your own wood, it'll warm you twice. It'll warm you up when you're cutting and splitting it, and it'll warm you again when you put it in it and burn it. The electric for these two is just to run the blower so you can get the air out in your room. Real cold day, say that we got a snowstorm and your power's out. These two are designed so it will naturally, without power, it will naturally throw heat into the room. The firebox is designed that way. Kind of interesting thing, the actual firebox in these is 1/2 inch thick steel. The outside of the firebox is 3/8 inch thick steel. Then the box you see out here is 1/4 inch plate steel. And then on top of that, you got your brick liners inside. They're very heavy. This unit weighs 326 pounds, just like it says. This one I think is like 480 pounds, 460.
And this one's
They're heavy. You're not gonna push them around anywhere, but they're nice.
So when that steel heats up, it's going to heat up everything around it.
Yeah, this
And it's
this
not going to
V-shape-
dissipate quick.
That's
It's
right.
gonna-
It's like using a cast iron pot
Yep.
in the
Yep.
pan in the stove. Once you heat it up, it cooks.
So we've got 3 models, and we'll link to some other videos about these buck stoves, and then anybody has any questions, they can come and see you guys, and we'll try to get them answered.
They can come talk to us. We'll give them all the information we got. If they need to want more information, we'll have the buck stove guy call them, and he'll answer every question they got. They might not want to know everything they learned.
Does it need special pipe, or just is it stove pipe, or what's the?
It depends on the application.
Yeah, that's one of the things
As
has to
an
be
insert,
determined by the installer.
as an insert, there's a special adapter and pipe that fits to go, as Mark said, through the different dampers. As a standalone, obviously in a room, it can be single wall pipe up to the point where it goes through a
Ceiling.
structure, and then it has to be triple wall.
We're not going through the
pipe.
window with this.
No,
No
no.
through the
No window.
That was the second thing he
Give-
said to us.
To
was
give you,
that-
for instance, I asked the question because I have a fireplace in my house. It's a prefab fireplace. This unit would fit in my fireplace, and I've got a 6-inch pipe that comes down. It's triple wall, but it's several years old. That for one of these to be installed in my house, the chimney has to meet current code, which the old code was 1700 degrees, which is what mine is at. For these, it has to be like 2300 degrees. So for me to install this in my house, I would have to buy a 6-inch stainless steel flue liner to line that to bring it up to code that goes all the way through. And that thing is 6 inches by 25 feet long to pipe it up through there, and you have to pipe it all the way through. It's an issue with it drawing, but it's also an issue to do that for safety.
Safety, yeah.
You're burning wood in your house.
Yep. Awesome.
And the code, is about to change, or 2020. The code on these is, as Mark said,
Already
is
meets
6.
2020 code.
They already meet 2020 code. They're going to go from 60% efficient to 75. These are already 78, so they're already covered as far as the 2020 code changes.
So we've got these 3 models available here in Oakwood. We can order other models and other accessories
there are
that they've
other
got.
models available. Like I say, these are available with gold or pewter doors. You have to order the individual unit. Buck Stove do make gas vent-free fireplaces. We can get those. They make, of all things, I think it kind of odd because I don't know where you buy it. They make a coal burning unit where they sell, maybe West Virginia. I don't know. But they do make one.
East Tennessee.
It's go try to find coal. You can't find it unless you're a blacksmith. You can find it little bitty stuff.
All right. Thanks, guys.